think about it, it shouldn't have affected those two channels, the throttle or the
yeah?
channel. Unless I accidentally had something programmed in there.
I haven't even looked yet.
It's September 7th, and Tom's working on his Easy Sport. There's the wing, and it's a 40 size airplane, but actually it's as big as a 60. The wingspan is about 5 feet, or maybe a little bit more. I can't remember. But he's got the wing pretty much done. We just got to do the wing tips and put in the aileron torque rods and put the servo in it, and not too much else for the wing. Tail feathers are already done. They're sitting up there at the other side of the lighter up there. So we're going to build the fuselage today. So he's carving the wingtip now. That's what's going on there. So anyway, so that looks nice, Tom. That looks nice. Shit, beautiful. So anyway, that's how you do that. Okay. So you just carve it, and then on this side, you just get the. I like to do this one. Now this one, I'll let you do this one. Just be careful on it. Okay? But if you do it in a manner so it's impossible for you to get cut, then that's the right way to do it. I don't want to cut this if I can help it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all out of that plastic. I gotta buy another roll. This stuff's expensive. Not that that's a big deal. But. So, we don't want to cut this side. We have a straight line, and you go across the grain like this. You don't go like this. Okay? Put this down, hold it like this. You can have to put your thumb on it. And just, you're going to find this one goes real easy because this balsa a hell of a lot softer than that other balsa. Okay, just try that and just take some of it down, and that thing just saves a whole lot of time. That's called a waffle edge knife.
Big ass knife.
Yeah, it's just, that's a 10. I used to use 12. Most times the 10 is about as big as the meat cutters used to use when I was a meat cutter. The inches like that's 10-inch knife. 10-inch blade. We had 12s, but you almost, back then when I cut meat, when I had meat come in on rails, you had 4 quarters or hindquarters, you use a 12 once in a while. Most time I'll put the end of it on here. So anyway, I'm gonna let you do that, and just to get you started while I'm doing something else, and then we'll do your fuselage. There's different ways of making wingtips, but that's just as good as any. Other methods aren't really going to save any weight. This is a heavy airplane anyway, so there's no point in getting too carried away saving weight. This is going to be a really strong airplane because it's sort of, they use fairly dense balsa in it, so it's this is going to be heavy. So it's good thing you're putting a 55 in it. So the owner of Fisher Aircraft is sending me plans, full-size plans for the Dakota Home, free. And I got to build him an RC plane. And I was talking to him on the phone this morning, and he asked, he said, have you ever built anything on floats? I said, so I sent him, the URL for the site with Terry flying his stick and my Tiger, and anyway, just make sure you're cutting away for yourself, okay? So there's no way you can possibly get cut, okay? And so anyway, I talked to him on the phone today, and I figured, well, I think I talked to you about this before, yesterday or something. We were talking about, maybe it was Terry, I can't remember. But anyway, because they're up in Canada, so they do a lot of float flying up there. So anyway, he was saying this morning that it'd be cool to build a Dakota Hawk model on floats. Because he said they want to make a float model of the Dakota Hawk. They want to get floats and offer them on floats because that would help the sales up there in Canada, which is entirely understandable. So that would be a kick. Imagine going to the Scale Masters and for documentation you got your own airplane.
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hilarious. Be a first, I think.
What's that?
That would be a first, I think.
First, yeah, I don't know. So, kind of fun, kind of exciting.
Cell phone too. Send to the wife. Proof to her we're not having an affair. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so that's a few pictures of that now. So, the whole thing worked nice. The plane. Yeah, you know, that one doesn't seem to work as good as this one. This one's made by Master Air Screw, and that one I think is by Exacto, but it doesn't work worth a shit. And I bought new blades. This blade gets dull. I bought. Yeah, Master Air Screw. Yeah, they sure are.
I'm just wondering,
Big tail out
I
of
guess
me.
so. You make your own wood propellers?
I don't know. They just make that. Okay, so you got that. So that's good enough for that. Now, so you can finish that. I'll give you that stuff. You can take it home and do it at home or something like that at night or something. So that gives you an idea about the wingtips. So sweep the floor maybe. So that's the hardest part of the wingtips there. It's just a matter of just, you know, a little more planning, a little carving, and then, you know, it's pretty simple. So,
You hollow them out too, huh?
oh yeah, just I'll show you about that. We'll do that real quick. I'll show
Oh,
you.
no. I wouldn't want to hollow it out yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. You just use the Exacto tool. You know, they have the round end for it. You seen that?
Kind of a scooping thing.
Yeah. Let's see if I got mine here. They make two of them. They make one that's round and one that's triangle shaped. And okay, here's the round one. Here's the one that's triangle shaped. And this is you never saw those? Oh shit.
I can see how it
Yeah.
just shake down.
Let's see. Can you stand handle? What are the handles that I have? one. Shit.
No, that's all right, man.
No, it only takes me a second. I'll show you. I thought I had some more handle. I may have. Anyway, these things here are extremely sharp, so be really careful. So you just take this thing and you can,
Oh, it's the same.
yeah, use the same hand. Just put this little rascal in there. That'll be fine. Tighten it up a little bit. And just take this, set it down. There's the bevel side of it. And you just go like that. And it works, it tends to want to dive in there, so you gotta be careful. You just do that, you know, and, pardon me. So if you don't have one, I'll loan you one. You know, if you don't do it, get it all done here. Well, what you need to do is get one of these.
You know, I forgot.
Harry bought me this 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
He said, you know where you got that, didn't you? I said, no. He said, I bought that for you when you built the P39 for me. I said, you did? He said, yeah. I said, oh shit. Fuck. And this one's triangle shaped so you can get in there deeper. So that's what you do. You just use those, and that lets you get most of it out, and then you just use your Dremel with the big sanding drum, and with the coarse paper on your sanding drum, and that's how you do it, okay? So, that's good at your wingtips. So take the wingtips, and we'll put them up here out of the way, and I like to put parts up high, that way we can't damage it. Okay, this has to be sanded, okay? I went over this a little bit, that's in the ballpark. There's no point in glassing it, because that only gives strength to here. The strength comes from this, and then the covering. So there's no point in us glassing this wing. If it was foam and sheeted, then yeah, because the sheeting carries the stress from the glassing out and gives the strength. But here, since the sheeting stops, the strength comes from the spar and the shear webs. And this is fairly hard balsa here, and this is fairly hard, and this is. So this plane is pretty strongly built. So anyway. So these have to be sanded, okay? So you gotta, so this is 60, and this has a little bit of a radius. And this is this is softer, I mean finer, and this one's pretty fine, and this thing's really flat. This thing's really hard, you know what I mean? This is real flat. And that's softer. Then here we have, this is 60 and 150, and this 60, 150, and then you have the 60 on this side and 150 on this side of this one. So anyway, oh, I've got to grab that bag over there, unhook it off that hook, please, Tom. That's what we want, is that stuff there. That's just exactly what we want. You can take that and dump them out there in the corner there, please, over here. And we'll get the one we want. Okay. So you have, these are from an auto body shop. Okay, they're all different shapes. Okay. And then I have different grits of adhesive back sandpaper on them, and this thing works like a champ. So anyway, you have these different radiuses which you can see, right? You have one radius there, and this is softer, this is coarser here. And this has a little bit of a radius this way, okay? Not much, a little bit. So you want to take some of this off. Now that's a nice radius there, see? And this is fairly coarse, you can feel it, okay? So you can take this, and you kind of go over this a little bit, and just kind of see what it does, okay? Okay, feel it out, and just kind of knock that down a little bit to where you like it, and then we'll finish it up. But you can see how you do it. You know what I mean? We don't have to finish it. We'll just get it started, but you'll see how it goes. It takes it off
Yeah,
pretty
well,
good,
it's
huh?
not too much off, yeah.
We'll fill it in, it's no biggie. It's no biggie at all. Because that thing isn't actually real straight, it kind of goes like this,
Yeah.
like this, so we have to fill it anyway. You know what I mean?
So it's already scooped out again.
So yeah, so I just wanted to get familiar with these and all that and how you do it. So we have to do that to the wingtips on both ends. And, now this is a different kind of filler. This is the, I can't remember which one this one is. This
That looks
is,
like just the micro light stuff,
um,
hobby light.
the Hobby Light is tan.
Oh,
And the other stuff, I think the whiter stuff is the lightweight spackle. And they sand a little bit differently, which you'll find out. So you can try that, and then you can try this one. You'll just so you get familiar with the different sanding blocks and sanding out different stuff. And,
Take all of it off.
yeah, you can take extra because we're going to float it again anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you'll just get an idea how to go about that. And so yeah, we'll just do it part way, and then we'll come back and do more as we get time. But I want to show you how to do this. So we've got all these things here in this. Okay. So we have to put the torque rods in, which we might as well do, I guess now, since we're here. They'll go in here. Okay. So you turn the wing around and lay it on the table, and let me take one of these across here real quick. That's good enough. Lay that down, you pull the ailerons out and send them up there. They're already marked left and right, so we can't get them mixed up. And so, yeah, what you do, bring it down like this,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what I was
pull.
trying to do with that one.
Yeah, they might be kind of tough, okay? Just put them off to the side so they can't damage them. And, okay, the easy support block is right here. Don't forget your Coke.
Church rules.
There's, you got plenty more of these Cokes. I put one in the freezer, plus you got another one in the fridge. It's already cold. You got plenty of Cokes, you don't have to be bashful about drinking them. Okay, so now, yeah, those things there are priceless, I'll tell you. I think I got those, like I say, at the auto parts store. And they, here we go. This is one of the parts that wasn't marked. And it's just right here. It wasn't marked, and I finally figured out where it was. That's the piece that goes on here. It only has a single wing bolt.
Yeah.
So I'm not real crazy about that. I'm not crazy about a single wing dowel in the front.
Yeah.
But I'm even less crazy about a single bolt. I thought, well, if you got a single dowel, it's not bad. If you got two bolts, that helps to
Yeah.
give give you a little more load, or
Spread the load.
yeah, spread. You know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, so they show the one wing bolt plate here. This little thing goes right there, and it gets in here, and so I would be inclined to put two in.
Yeah.
Would you agree with
I
that?
agree, yes.
Okay, all right. So,
We'll do with this thing.
pardon me?
For what we'll do with this thing, yes.
Yeah, and so if you want to put two dowels in the front, we can. Even though this is hollow here, Now here it's got ply in there, okay? It's got
Yeah.
this ply here, and over here it doesn't, okay? What do we have here? Do we have a false rib here or something? What is this? Yeah, this is R2 here. So we have a rib here. Oh, it's right here, okay? So there's so if this is the center, there's the center there. That's the center there, and that's the center there. Okay, so then, and these rulers, I've got a 12 and 18, but the 18 is real flexible.
Yeah.
So it works better for this, okay? So put this one here. We'll use a pencil because it'll bleed through. No, this gets covered up anyway.
Yeah.
So this gets covered up, so we'll... So that's on there. And then R2 is...
It was crazy as an idea, the sounds.
What?
Because that center one, like you said, has the plywood, it's got all the strength there.
Uh-huh.
3. The side one's just a little stabilizing, but
Yeah,
the
that's
center
true.
one takes.
Sure, we can do that if you want. So this is 47 millimeters, and that should be the inside edge of R2. Like that. So we'll find out by going like this. There it is right there. It's right there. I hit it first time there. It's there. It's right there. It's right there. Okay, so that tells us exactly where our tube is. We don't know if I hit the center of it, but. So we know where our 2 is. So we can put dowels in like adjacent to it or something like that, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Add some wood to it. It'll fit. I mean, how wide is the fuselage? Oh, okay, so there'd be just the inside.
Yeah,
of the
this is.
fuselage. That looks like the fuselage.
Yeah, this is the fuselage section here. This thing here. Okay, that's your fuselage width right there. So we can just come inboard of that a little bit, you know what I mean? And we might actually open this thing up, like even on the top, since this gets covered, open up in here and put something around the dowels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or put a wood block in there. Just cut this open and put a wood block in there, and then we're set.
Yeah.
And I think that would be, you know, 1 dowel is probably okay, but goddamn, this thing's a 5-foot wingspan airplane. So if it was me, I would, especially since this is covered, I'd go ahead and cut this open. I've done it a million times. You know, you just cut it at an angle, and then the piece fits right in there, and you glue it back. You never know you even did it.
Yeah.
And so, I would take this thing, I would cut it. You know, R2 is right here. And then I would take this and cut it open and cut a pretty good sized section of it. Well, I would come, give yourself room to work. I would come like this.
I think you have to stop, because doesn't this run all the way?
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, it does, it does, you're right. So we're stuck here, you're right, okay. So this piece here, I would cut that out on both sides, we'll put a block of wood in there, a block of balsa,
Yeah.
then you're set. So, let's do that. And then this is no big deal because I looked at this the other day. See, it's got a plywood double in it. See this? The dihedral brace? So this is pretty secure back here. So that means we can put bolts in here and here. We're right next to this plywood, which is pretty secure. So this is the only thing that's lacking is support in here.
And we won't interfere with the servo mechanisms controlling?
We could go outboard them. We could put them in, like, here's 50% of the distance, so I'd go in someplace along here, but yeah, you're right there. But this is the thing that's most pressing, if you ask me. So, and I would just feel better about that, you know what I mean? I don't like the fact that you got these huge loads, and especially one dowel and one bolt, are you kidding me?
No.
And this is an open structure. If it was a foam, sheeted foam ring, it wouldn't be so bad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, these two Exactos, the little one is red, the big one is blue,
Yeah.
just to, you know, and I got tons of blades. So the blades dull, shit can, and the blades, I just put them in the trash, okay? So you just don't want to go diving around with your bare hands in the trash for that reason. So anyway, we got to go in there, we got to cut that, and how would I normally do that? What's that?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Is there a half rib in there?
No, no.
What's this?
I was looking at, well, this is the outboard. It goes right here. This is the next section.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's R2 there. Is that R2 there?
Yes.
Yes, it is R2. Okay, that's cool. So we got to go in there, and frankly, would probably use a utility knife because you can hold a lot, hold it really well. Take this thing, take it open, and take that blade and turn it around so we have a fresh blade, please. And so that'll be good.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I got those tires I ordered, the wheels I ordered
For what?
for the P47. And it looks like they might actually be,
The right ones?
yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Unless I'm remembering the size wrong.
Huh?
Unless I remembered the size wrong, because
Oh,
I think
I
it
doubt
was 3
that.
1/4 by 3/4.
Well, as far as going that way, try the razor saw, because that butchers it up doing it that way, okay?
Oh,
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, I know you have, so don't worry about it, it's no big deal. Okay, so this,
That side didn't do it.
did it really?
This side
Okay.
did, but that side didn't.
Okay, well, you can use that, or I might use this. How's this blaze?
I haven't used
It
it.
looks like it's,
I'm almost through already.
okay, all right, well, whatever.
3 sides.
Then, and you can also use a single-edged razor blade too, if you like that, all right? sometimes a single edge razor blade works bitching for stuff like that. Here's-
One.
Cool, you got it? Why no? Why no? What Tom is doing here is he's cutting a hole in there, and what we're going to do is straight edge.
Yeah, the flexible one.
Okay. This plane is like a 5-foot wingspan, or a little bit more than that. It only calls for one dowel in the front and one wing bolt in the back, and I don't think that's adequate, and Tom doesn't either. So what we're going to do is, this is a build-up wing, but it's got a plywood doubler in the center where the front dowel goes. What we're going to do is we're opening up the wing here, and next to a rib that's in there, we're going to put a block of balsa on each side, and then we're going to put 2 wing dowels in from the front, and they will go into the balsa blocks, and then we'll put 2 wing hold down blocks back here instead of one. Bolts instead of one bolt, and that'll be a lot more secure. And because I just don't think one's adequate, neither does Tom. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, so we're doing these things. We're going to do put the aileron. We're going to do those things. We're going to do the aileron torque rods, and then we just got to do the wingtips, which he's already started carving those up there. And so the wing will be pretty well set then. There's not much else to do to the wing, I don't think. And so anyway, that's about that. So.